Hi, I'm Adam Hogan from RTE2 FM, and I'm talking to people from the LGBTQI+ communities from all over Ireland. Join me as we meet Bernardine Quinn and hear how Outcomers is supporting LGBT people in the North East.
My name is Bernardine Quinn. I work with Outcomers, formerly Dundalk Outcomers, but we changed our name recently in the last couple of years to become Outcomers. But we are situated in Dundalk town, and we're an LGBT community centre.
And it's from there that you're able to offer services like your drop-ins and
we have older men's, older women drop-in space. We have young adults. I used to be a young adult, 18 to 35, that kind of age group, and we have youth services. And by far, our youth services are by far the busiest. We run Fridays and Saturdays, and it wouldn't be unusual to have 60 young people or 70 young people in the building on both days.
Absolutely. And is that just young people coming together to meet, or are they coming together for something particular that you're offering?
Most of the times it's just a casual drop-in where they can come and play PlayStation, quizzes, pool, arts. We have arts and crafts, and they draw, and then we would run healthy relationships and discussions around consent and discussions around pride and being LGBT and homophobia and all of that kind of stuff. So
it's a mix of meeting each other and also being able to learn about things you might not be learning elsewhere.
Yeah.
That's fabulous.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah. It's great. They bring fantastic energy around the place. Too much sometimes.
Too much energy. Is there something we should be providing more rurally, even just during events like Pride? Is there some service that should be offered to help, or some aim that we should have?
Well, I definitely think that just awareness stuff in smaller towns is really good. You know, like something like even local community radio or something that people rely on for the deaths, and do you know this stuff, this really local stuff. But when they're hearing people talk about it, you know, and having conversations about being LGBT, or maybe a public event in the Family Resource Centre or the community centre locally, something like that, whether it's maybe a few parents coming together to discuss it, or teachers, or whatever the case may be. But an event like that, where you're putting a rainbow flag outside a building or something, just raises a little bit of visibility, and sometimes they don't want very much more than that.
What has happened this year where you felt together even though your community is apart? Yeah,
like it has been really lonely and has been isolating for a lot of people, and so we haven't been together and we haven't seen a lot of each other. But the one thing I suppose that really springs to mind for me around that is that through COVID we lost 3 of our community, not all COVID related, but 3 of our service users died, and that would usually have been a big event. We would have had everybody back for tea and coffee to Outcomers and talk, just like a wake you would have in a family home. We would always wake our LGBT family in a very similar way, and so somebody in our community passed away, and I made a few text messages to 2 or 3 people that I knew would have known that person well, and we came together at the church on the morning of the burial, and there was just 6 of us, and I don't think this person's family were very much involved or knew very much about. They knew that this person was gay, but they didn't know much more about them, and so there was just the 6 of us together, and it started to rain, and I had my rainbow umbrella and I put it up and I stood there and I thought, this is a community. So it doesn't mean that there has to be hundreds of people or 20,000 on the streets of Dublin to identify as a community. There just has to be a community of people that know and care, and that other people know are there. And I think that so we can be together whenever, if there's 3 or 4 people that are committed to just standing by somebody, I think that, you know, we have a community. And for me, that was what gave me strength. And then seeing all our kids coming back over the last 2 weeks gives me hope. That this is, you know, and every time you pick up that phone and it's a mother or a father saying, my child is trans, my child is gay, and I just need to ask some questions, that gives me hope that we are changing minds one at a time.
Your family is not just the hundreds of thousands in Pride, it's the 3 or 4.
Yeah, it's the tiny little amount that's around you, and a rainbow umbrella.
So that was Bernardine. Thank you so much, Bernardine, for coming from Outcomers.
RTE, proud to stand, proud to party.
See rte.ie/pride.